Hey guys, Gene here. So this is a video and it's also going to be a blog post on the Paper Call Blueprint blog. My name is Gene Morris. I am a Palo Media Group publisher. I'm also one of their account managers. I'm also the creator of Paper Call Blueprint, and that's me in the background there behind Charles No. And today I want to talk about how to make Paper Call work on Facebook without giving up or going broke, because I've done both with Facebook. And luckily, being on the inside of a network, we've been able to kind of identify what works on Facebook. And today I'm going to share that with you. So my goal is to just give you kind of a top level view of what's working, and then you can either take it and go run with it, or you can stick around and get more information on how to truly see what's going on. So with that being said, hang in there, tough this out for the next few minutes, and I'll reward you at the end. What's going to make this different really are the tools that we're using to engage people on Facebook. Click to call or pay per call is kind of a high intent type of marketing. You know, you're focusing on people that typically want to get on the phone when they feel like it. And the problem with Facebook is that, well, when you're on Facebook, chances are you're not really interested in getting on the phone. But we solved that problem. So the big three things that you need to really focus on when doing pay-per-call on Facebook, this is really the critical elements here. The first one is probably a no-brainer, but I got to say it anyway. Use Facebook-friendly offers. These are pay-per-call offers. And I think a lot of people, and I've seen this on our network, testing like the absolute worst offers you could test on Facebook. They're just not Facebook friendly. And it's not so much like, oh, am I going to get my account banned? It's more like people aren't really searching for plumbers on Facebook, so don't run plumbing offers, you know, that kind of thing. The other thing that you need to focus on, obviously, is the good funnel. Having a good funnel with good tracking so you can remarket properly is going to be needed. I'll get into more detail there. I just got back from Traffic and Conversion Summit, and I learned so much about what is necessary today in the Facebook landscape to get to keep everybody happy and establish that authority and that trust. And then finally, the third thing, this is the big one, having the proper SMS callback scheduling system on your back end, because again, you can't get people on the phone from Facebook. It's very, very difficult, and that's a lost lead. So you got to be able to kind of set things up so that they can call back when they want to. And when all three of these things are working properly, you have a winner. You literally have a business that's going to generate revenue every day, potentially 24/7, 365 days a week. That's what's beautiful about pay-per-call, is that most of the offers are evergreen. They're vanilla, which means they're kind of boring, which means they're not going to get you in trouble, which is really good. So secret number one, Facebook-friendly offers. I like to use this example right here: addiction versus home security. You know, what do you think is going to win on Facebook? Somebody trying to sell addiction rehab, or somebody trying to sell like a home security system through ADT or Vivint or something of that nature? Well, the answer is likely going to be home security. And the reason why is because it's easier to target people who recently purchased a home or are sitting in a specific demographic. Maybe they own a home and they make money, or maybe they just moved to a new location and they just bought a house. These are the kinds of things that you can target on Facebook. But with addiction, for example, you're dealing with this kind of broad landscape of people. It's really hard to target somebody who's addicted to drugs because it could happen to anybody. And so like when you go into like the Facebook landscape and you want to start running traffic, you got to ask yourself, like, can I target these people? Is there a bucket that these people fall into that I can target with Facebook? Because if you can, then you're going to have much better luck. The algorithm on Facebook will help you. With addiction, it's so broad because, again, I mean, professional people can have addiction problems, and the poorest of the poor, the subprime community can have addiction, and it's just really hard to kind of like pick pages that they like and the music that they like and where they're at in life. And so when it comes to picking a good Facebook offer, you want to stick to like a couple of solid verticals, like home services, not like the emergency plumbers or the electricians, but like well, mortgage is more like a financial thing, but like home security, I kind of like to use home security as a good home services offer. Maybe somebody's looking for a new roof and they kind of need to like get primed on that or educated on that. Maybe they're looking for home solar, makes residential solar, things that kind of pique interest in an article, and then you can follow up with on the long run. I would stay away from those very broad focused verticals like addiction. Maybe legal is another good example of something that's really hard to kind of focus in on. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. And if you're working with us on Palo, we'll make sure to kind of point that out when you start applying for offers. Secret number 2 is a good funnel, and this is something I learned over in Traffic and Conversion Summit earlier a couple weeks ago. What's really needed is you have to kind of identify like where the customer is. Like everybody knows that, right? From a marketing perspective, the customer journey, like the awareness phase and the engagement phase, and then kind of following up and kind of working through this funnel. What really works on Facebook and keeps everybody happy is having a legit brand. And you could fabricate this brand as a marketing person. You may already have a brand on Facebook that's trustworthy. And I kind of like to put this test on it. Like if you're confident putting your logo and your name on the radio or TV in a commercial, then you have a good brand. If you kind of look at like your situation with your brand and you're like, man, I wouldn't put that on TV. Everybody's going to see it and I'm going to be embarrassed. Then you need to go revisit like your Facebook page and how you're interacting with people. One of the big things that one of the big takeaways I got from the Traffic and Conversion Summit is they're not really quantifying people on a cost per click basis now. It's a cost per conversation. And you can't have a conversation unless you're engaging people properly and you're transparent and you're trustworthy. And that comes with an established brand. And I think with Facebook, you need to kind of start thinking that way. So I know I haven't, which is why I'm really kind of pressing hard on this. For me, it's usually like slap a page up, throw some posts up, get some engagement going. But really, I'm always thinking sell, sell, sell. And I'm not thinking like, where is this person at in their life? How can I help them get to the next step and do it in a way that's like ethical and transparent and it's really going to help them? And the more you do that, the more you focus on that, the more your business is going to grow, because then your stuff starts to get shared and people start to trust you and understand you, and you become kind of an asset to society. And I think with pay-per-call, having the kind of offers that you can run on pay-per-call gives you the confidence to build a brand like that. I see it every day. I've seen some really like they come off to me as like super high quality, like solar brands, and all they are, they're just connectors. They're just marketers like you and me that are just connecting people to a call center that's helping them get solar quotes, But if you were to look at the brand, as a standalone, you'd be like, man, that's a legit business. They're doing a legit job. And really all they are, they're just smart marketers that are doing really good work. So keep that in mind. The next thing, obviously, is the SMS callback and scheduling. So the problem with both the beauty and the problem with pay-per-call is usually what works would be like a Google AdWords click-to-call campaign where there's high intent. People want to talk on the phone. In fact, they're looking for you and they're using specific keywords to find you. That works great, but you're pigeonholed by that very specific kind of campaign that everybody's trying to run, and so the traffic is just ridiculously expensive, and it's very hard to make most offers work that way because they're the only shop in town, right? So you have to have some way of engaging a customer or a lead and then giving them the opportunity to schedule and call back when it's most convenient for them. They're already interested in your offer. They already trust your brand. It's just right now is not a good time. Maybe they're sitting on the toilet. Maybe they're in a noisy restaurant. Either way, most of the time, you're going to fail with click to call on Facebook because there's no way to kind of schedule a call back. There's no way to poke them on the shoulder and go, hey, we've done some research and we've done some digging and we've got a good offer for you. Let's hop on the phone. So what's really been working is this company called Drips. And Drips happens to be a really good friend of Palo Media Group's. And we have a number, I was going to say a lot, but we don't have a lot, but we have a good number of publishers that are integrating with Drips. Drips.com is a SMS callback email marketing system. It's a very sophisticated scheduling system that integrates a little AI, some custom scripts, and I'm talking about like conversation scripts that you would see in like a messenger bot. But they focus heavily on SMS and email, and they do a really good job with it. And there's a lot of corporations that are using drips. There's a lot of marketing people that are using drips, and it's a service. You can use it. You could probably use it in your existing lead gen campaigns if you're already running Facebook, and get pay-per-call working this way. So that's kind of like the big takeaway. And again, like, when was the last time you called an offer after reading an article on Facebook? Probably never. And this is like the biggie. So what's really kind of working right now is you send somebody to an education piece, you kind of educate them, you pixel them, and then you just kind of keep hammering them until they get to your lead form, and then they fill out the SMS lead form, and then that posts back to Drips, and then Drips will start to drip out. We'll start to drip out messages via SMS and email, and what will normally happen is that person will finally follow up and call, and all you got to do is monitor your Invoca and see the phone calls coming in, and measure those conversions as they're happening. And it's a really sweet system, and it works pretty well. This is just an example of like a daily commission for one of our publishers who works in the financial space. And he's going to be giving us some insider information on how one of his funnels that's working really well on Facebook, generating, I think it's debt relief, another vanilla kind of boring niche that's easy to target on Facebook. And again, the big takeaway is like, can you find these people, that are making less than so-and-so per year? Maybe they just lost their job, or maybe they've been unemployed for 6 months and now they're like employed again. Those are the kind of people that probably need debt relief problems, or debt relief. So, it's really doable. And, if you can start making $3,000 a day on Facebook, I have no idea what his spend is, but he's making money, rest assured. That's a business. That's a business that you can run on Facebook. You can run on, if you're already running it on AdWords, click to call, and then you can take I guarantee, I don't want to say guarantee, but I practically can guarantee that if you're making it work on like Facebook with an educational advertorial or something, which I do believe he's doing, and then following up via a remarketing campaign, you can run this on native, you can run this on Google Display, anywhere you need somebody to hit a landing page. I think if the traffic is cheap enough and you can target them properly, it should be pretty decent. So yeah, it looks like I screwed up here. Facebook page brand is really important. Have a decent pay-per-call offer. He uses the system that I recommended, which is the drip system, and he's making this much per day in paid calls. So with that being said, I know old habits kind of die hard. You can watch this video, you can read this post and move on, but what I recommend you do is you sign up for our webinar. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of show you the top performing Facebook verticals that are doing well inside Palo right now. We're going to give you a sneak peek at a high converting funnel, which is going to be our guest on our webinar. And then how to get Drips for free. So Drips is a software as a service. You have to pay for it. And I honestly don't know how much it costs because I haven't gone that far with them because I get it for free. And you can get it for free if you run Palo Media Group's pay-per-call offers. And we'll take you through the whole system step by step and then get you set up running with Drips. So that's kind of a cool incentive to run like pay-per-call offers with us. Is we're going to give you this kind of lead gen equipment for free, and really all we're asking is that you just either insert it in your current existing Facebook campaigns or whatever campaigns you're running that require a lead form, or get started from scratch and go give it a shot. I think it's a lot of money here. I really can't put a price on anything, but I think this is like awesome if you're like stuck in click to call, or you're kind of like fed up with getting your leads scrubbed over on another network with your lead gen campaigns, or you just want to dabble in something that's kind of high converting and adds authority and looks good on your webpage. I mean, there's nothing better than having phone numbers on your webpage because it just makes it seem like shit, man. We got call centers going and we got people answering the phone, and when somebody gets on the phone and starts talking, I mean, it sells itself. Conversion rates are high, so you're doing yourself a good deal of money making if you jump into it. So anyway, the webinar is going to have me on it. I'm the guy on the left there with the ripped arms. I got Anthony, he owns Palo, and then our mystery guest, who is one of our top publishers, who's going to be on the call with us too. So Go ahead and sign up today. I know that Zoom URL is ridiculous, and I don't expect you to like write that down. So if you're watching the video, check the description for a link that you can click on. If you're checking this out on my pay per call blog, obviously there's going to be easy links to get to it. But we're going to have a webinar. This is going to happen. I believe it's going to be March 23rd. I know I should have this in front of me. I'll have it in the blog and in the description notes of the exact date and time. But I welcome you to sign up. It's going to be a short webinar, probably like 30 minutes, basically kind of giving you a rundown of what you get and how it works and why it works, and then give you kind of a walkthrough of our super publishers, one of his funnels, and so you get an idea of what's working. And then how to get started. So it's all value. Not here to like ask for anything. In fact, really, it's just we're just Palo Media Group, and we're just looking to sign up some good whales of publishers. You know, the big guys that know what they're doing, and so it's just kind of reaching out. So if that's you and you're interested, sign up. And I appreciate you hanging out with me here for a few minutes while I talked about it.